Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me today for another card making tutorial, and we're going to be replicating this card design today. Really pleased with how this turned out actually. I'm actually using a sketch challenge to spin off today, and that is for the Inspire Create challenge. I shall link to that challenge in the description if you fancy having a go at that as well. So yeah, so the sketch is really simple with a circular design. So I really wanted to use this die again. This is from the Vine Design bundle. So, and this is the die in that set, and it comes with two others in an oval and a rectangle. They are super duper, I love them, and there was definitely one that I was keen to get when the catalogue launched. So that is what we are using to create our card today. Let's put those to one side. Okay, so there's quite a bit of die cutting on this card, as you can see. So what I've already done is gone ahead and run this die through my die cut machine already. So and poked that out. So some of those little teeny tiny bits will catch in the die. It doesn't take very long, but it's not very interesting to watch. So I'm poking out bits of card from our die. So that's ready to go. The other thing we need to do is all the little flowers. So I've just got this little tiny scrap of cardstock here, and we are using Seaside Spray for today's colour combination. On my sample card there, it is Rococo Rose. So both of these colours are in colours, and these ones will retire in June, which doesn't feel that far away right now with everything going on. It'll be round before we know it. Okay, so we need 6 of those flowers, okay, which are just very easily stamped, and there is a coordinating die in the set. Okay, so it's just going to take a couple of minutes to die cut those. Well, I say minutes, not going to take that long. So there's one. So of course this will fit through the mini die cut machine, as will the detailed die as well. Okay, so there's one. Let's reposition that die there. And there's, because they're tiny, it only takes you don't have to roll the whole plate through, you just roll it over the bit that you need. I'm just using a piece of washi tape just to keep that die in place. Just stops it moving between your plates. And there we are, there's the third one. Okay. Right. And I already had 3 ready to go. So we're just going to give those a little bit of shape with this tool, just to cup them up a little bit. Just so that they have a little bit more dimension. Those of you who've watched my videos before will have seen me do this. This is just an old tool, but you can use the end of a paintbrush or a pen or something rounded, basically, that will just make those elements stand up. Okay, I'm using a soft seafoam card base and a white card layer here, which I'm just going to add to that with some Stampin' Seal, which is a nice strong tape runner, and pop that so. A little smaller than my usual card layers, just by 1/8 of an inch, but you make your layer as to fit your card. Just bear in mind that you don't want it too narrow so that you these overhang, okay? So on my original, you'll notice that we've managed to colour this in on with green ink. So I'm just going to bring in this piece of scrap paper. You can see where I've done that before. And I'm going to use a blending brush, which I forgot to reach out for. Okay. Just making sure there's not too much residual ink on there. And I actually used a combination of soft sea foam and mint macaron. So I'm just going to put some of the soft sea foam on my brush. Just make sure that's not carrying over any other colour, so that's fine. And this is quite a delicate dye, so you don't want to go too heavy, but if you just sort of brush over it gently, don't worry about the flowers because those are being covered up by the little die cuts. So we're just going to do that like so. That's the soft sea foam, and then we'll fill in the rest with mint macaron. Okay, so it's a much stronger colour, but just blend that into there. Just go gentle, you don't want to damage your die. It might bend a little bit, but if you when we stick it down, it will flatten out anyway. So it doesn't have to be perfect either. You're just creating this impression for the flowers to sit behind, and the middle bit is going to be covered with the sentiment. But it doesn't matter if it's all a bit blotchy and everything. It's just giving this sort of illusion at the back. So don't worry too much about how it looks. It will all be great when it's done. So I'm going to bring in a silicone mat here as well, turn that over ready to glue. I do need to stamp a sentiment, so I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. That should be big enough, and we'll use the soft sea foam to stamp that. Sorry, it's not soft sea foam at all, it's seaside spray. Do you have any softs and seas and things? Just plop that down. So I've gone with happy birthday this time. And I'm going to punch that out with the fancy label punch. It's a little shorter than some of the other punches, so it's nice for these smaller sentiments. So I'm just making sure that that's as lined up and straight as I can make it. I think that looks okay, and we'll punch that out. And that will need 2 dimensionals on the back stacked on top of each other so that it's high enough to stand above the dimensional flowers that we're going to put on. So stick one down, peel it off, and stick another on top, and that's ready to go too. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of wet glue to secure this to our card. So you want to just go gently around the edge of this, just adding some glue to the odd leaf here and there. You don't have to hit every single one, a little bit in the middle just to secure that, and that will be plenty. This is really, really strong. So as long as enough points are glued up and in contact with the card, that's going to be absolutely fine. doesn't matter what orientation you use, you go with to stick this down. Just put it down where you want it. Okay, that flower's lifting up slightly, but when we stick the other ones on, that's going to be sorted out. Okay, so all we're going to do is put a drop of glue in the centre of those. That's why that's going to sort itself out. We'll press it down and it will hold that in place for us, and we can just add these little die cut flowers over the top. Okay, so I can see this being coordinated for a wedding. And the green underneath is almost like the are they sepals underneath flowers? So I don't mind that showing through from underneath. You could of course die cut this in a coloured cardstock, but I just wanted to have different colours showing. But I suppose we could die cut it with in soft sea foam and then just add the mint macaron. So just adding a bit of glue to that back of that dimensional, just so that it gives me the opportunity to make sure this sentiment is straight and even between those flowers. Doesn't that look cute? Could of course introduce a third colour there if you wanted to, but I think it looks nice with the coordination. And then the final thing to add is some sparkle. So I've just got the clear rhinestones that we're going to add to each of those little flowers, which look super duper, don't they? So again, don't forget you can colour these with your alcohol based marker pens. If you've got Stampin' blends, those work perfectly. There is a seaside spray marker if you wanted it coordinated. We've got all sorts of yellow ones. Little mark has appeared on there, don't know where that's come from. So there we go. Really simple. Really like this layout. It was a simple sketch design, just with the circle in the middle. Do love both of those, but I do think that Rococo Rose is a fantastic colour. Really pretty. I like that sort of dusky pink colour. So I'd be interested to know which one you prefer. And yeah, really pleased with those. Links all in the description, of course. I'd love to hear what you think. And that's it from me. Okay, take care everybody. See you soon. Bye.